Yo, what is up, guys? It's LogicLookss, and today we are back with another video for you guys, man. In today's video, we are actually going to be going over some tips to help you win more TTO games, especially today and this weekend when we got some brand new TTO prizes on the boards. The boards are juiced up. I know you guys are trying to win games, trying to see these cards and get these cards and all these free opals on the TTO boards. So in today's video, I'm going to be going over how to win more games, how to be more successful at winning games, and just some small tips that you might have not known about on how to actually get more wins and accumulate more ball drops as you go up on the board. You do need to reach that 5 ball drop, I would say, to get the good cards. I feel like all the good cards and all the opals will be near that 5 ball drop board. So you guys are definitely going to have to get there, and to get there, you're going to have to win games. So stay tuned. We're going to get into it. If you guys are ready, smack that like button. Let's try to get 250 likes on this video if possible. Would be greatly appreciated. Hit that sub button, and we're going to get right into it. Let me show you guys how to win a ton of games in TTO Online by just applying these simple tips into your game. Okay, boys, first thing I would start with, now to be honest, these are my personal tips. These are the things I use to win a lot of games. I rarely lose TTO games. If I lose, it's probably due to me just not paying attention or playing bad. If I actually want to sit here and sweat it out, I will win most of my TTO games if I actually try. Now, I'm not gonna lie, the first thing it all starts with is your team. If you don't have a good team, and I'm not talking about full opal, it does not need to be a full opal team. It doesn't need to be an expensive team. Like, this team is 1 million MT plus. I could actually win with a team that's worth like 50k. You don't need that good of a team to actually win games in TTO. All you need is players that kind of match certain criteria. The first thing I would say is the positions you're going to need to run or want to run. I would say run a taller point guard or shooting guard, run one small forward, and then run one big man, whether it's a power forward or center. For example, if you guys have opals, I would definitely run somebody over 7 foot to grab boards and block. You want somebody that can grab boards and obviously block, and you want him to be able to shoot a little bit. Now, for example, you guys can see the Shaq. Even though he's, you know, kind of tall, he kind of can shoot. He still has a 73 ball, which is good. You need your opponent to kind of believe that your player can kind of shoot. You need somebody to stretch the floor, because if you don't, people are going to outball you a lot, and that, you know, tends to happen a lot in TTO. And from that simple fact, you're going to be losing a lot more games. So the first thing I would do is grab a center that can shoot, block, and rebound. Those are the 3 most important things. Make sure he has decent speed as well. Don't grab somebody with like 50 speed, 60 speed. Make sure he has like 70 speed and above. That should be good enough. So you could use any of these opals. You could use Taco. I would say Eddie Curry's a good budget option. Miles Turner's not a bad one. So for example, we'll throw an Eddie Curry in there right there. Then you need a small forward or power forward. It depends. Whoever you want, you could use. It doesn't really matter for this position. You want somebody right here that is technically a pure scorer. For me personally, I use Paul George because I feel like I can get a bucket anytime I really need one with him. But there's a lot of budget options that can get you buckets as well. Gerald Green isn't a bad one. You could also run power forwards, like I said. Larry Johnson's a pretty good one to run. You just need somebody that can get you a bucket. There's a lot of great options out there. I know you guys probably have your favorites as well. You can leave them down below in the comment section. Help other people out too. There's a lot of budget options and pretty much free options that you could run that get you buckets. So you need somebody that is a pure bucket getter that can get you a bucket when you're down. And if you need one, he can get you a point to, you know, tie up the game or even take the lead. And of course, the final player I would recommend is obviously a taller point guard or a shooting guard. And right now I'm running Kawhi. I usually switch it up. I either run DeMar DeRozan. Sometimes I run Ben Simmons, Luka, Magic. It just depends on who I feel like running that game. I tend to always switch this position up. All I can tell you guys is you need somebody that can obviously score the ball, but that's not going to be the main focus, since obviously the card you used before is going to be your main scorer. What you really want right here is somebody who can handle the ball, take it up the floor, kind of play make the whole situation, like, you know, create plays for other players on the team, make passes, make key passes, do what they got to do. And you want to make sure he has decent defense. So for me, DeMar DeRozan is probably the perfect guy that I would use. Obviously, you guys can see his defense is decent, not even the best, but he still, you know, can get me buckets. He can defend, he can grab boards, he can do it all. You want somebody that's pretty well rounded. I'm running with Kawhi right now, and I'll probably keep him in there right now. But again, like I said, there are a lot of great budget options. Like this Joe Caldwell's not bad. There's a lot of point guards in here that you could actually use as well. Reggie Theis, Jeff Teague is not a bad one. You got De'Aaron Fox. We got a lot of cards that you could run at the point guard or the first slot in TTO. Pick whoever you want, whoever you're comfortable with using. Make sure you are comfortable with this player, and make sure you know they're released pretty well. Once you have your team, you are set to get into the game, and let me show you some major tips once you're in the game. Okay guys, first tip doesn't even start in the game. It actually starts in this screen right here. When you guys see the other opponent's team, Do not panic. That is the number one thing I'd recommend. Don't get scared. Whether he has Go Kareem, whether he has, Go to MJ, whatever the case is, do not panic, because if you panic, you already lost the game. You're already going to, get anxious when you get in the game and throw up dumb shots. So the first thing I would say is just stay calm no matter what team he has. If he has a worse team than you, don't underestimate him, because you never know, bro. Some players are just good. It is all based on skill at the end of the day. It doesn't matter if he has all Go cards. I've beaten a team with all Go cards with, budget cards. It just depends on, how they play and all that. So number one thing is don't panic. Number two, when you actually get into the game, is actually start to build up a lead and start to feel out your opponent. The first like 30 seconds, I will dribble the ball around. Do what you got to do, man. Just feel out your opponent and see how he plays. See what he does. Like you guys can see right there, he always comes in for help defense, and I've actually noticed that already. He likes stepping back a lot as well. He likes just getting shots inside the paint, and he loves fading away. I could already see that right now. He's greening everything, but hey, I'm not panicking. Once again, panic is one thing you don't want to do, whether you're down by 4, whether you're down by 10, whatever the case may be. Panic is the number one thing to stay away from, because I'm telling you right now, that's how I've lost so many TTO games, right? Like right now, if I wasn't, smarter, I would have probably forced up shots and lost this game completely. Even though it's 6-0, it is still a very, very close game, and it's pretty much nothing. But the first tip on offense I can give you guys is go for the easy buckets. I know I pulled a 3 at the beginning of this game, which was pretty unsmart of me, but make sure to go for the easy buckets. That's like the number one thing I could recommend, because if you get those easy 2s, those layups, those mid-ranges, those dunks, nothing can really stop you, bro. Your opponent, he's going to be pulling 3s. Whether he hits 3 of them, I don't care. You're going to be getting buckets every single time, whether it's in the paint, whether it's, a mid-range shot, whatever the case is, man. You guys are going to be getting those easy buckets like you see right there, and keep getting those easy buckets. I would say keep going with those until you build up a lead. So don't shoot 3s unless they're like fully wide open and you can green with the player, because you don't want to shoot whites. I'm telling you, whites do not go in TTL that much. So unless you get green, don't take any open shots, or don't take any, shots from 3. Like I could have pulled that right there. I'm not going to take it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go for that easy 2, which is a guaranteed 2 points every single time. Keep doing that until you basically cut the opponent's lead, or you build a lead of your own. The next thing I would say on offense is, bro, make sure to have a money play. Now, obviously, right now, I'm not going to need my money play. This guy is playing off ball, as you guys can see. I'm just going to use triangle to cut. If you guys don't know how to cut, if somebody's playing off ball on you, go to the player and just hold triangle. He will cut to the rim for an easy 2. It is going to work every single time. This guy, I could already tell, is not going to be that good. And hey, bro, listen, if somebody off balls you, don't feel guilty for off-balling them back. Like, I'm off-balling this kid back. Obviously, he's going to hit that terrible release shot. I don't understand 2K sometimes, but it is what it is. Make sure to not feel terrible about off-balling. I know, it's kind of scummy. I don't really like off-balling either, but, I mean, bro, if somebody's doing it to you, you might as well do it back. I'm going to continue driving to the rack. Like I told you guys, we're going to continue to try to cut this lead. I know it's getting late in the game, but continue to try. Stay calm under pressure. That is the key right there. I'm telling you, you will be able to come back from a lot of games if you just stay calm. One more thing I can say on offense is actually make sure you have a money play, which basically means make sure you have a play that you could go to every time you actually need a bucket. So for me, it's kind of the bot snatchback. I feel like a lot of people still fall for that to this day. A lot of people can't defend it. So if you just do a bot snatchback, which is just running up and snatching the ball back, you'll be able to get some easy buckets doing that. So definitely have a money play or something that, can get you an easy bucket. Pretty much everybody has one. Whether, you post up with your center, whether you're doing the bot snatchback, whether you're going into the rim for a dunk with Blake Griffin like this guy just did, whatever the case may be, make sure you have a money play, especially for late game when you need a bucket and you could actually start putting some risk into some shots. Like I'm going to risk it here. I'm going to try to pull a 3 with DeMar. Only if it's open, though. I'm trying to get the bot snatchback working. He is off-balling, so it is a little bit tougher. But I'm going to give it to PG. Like, it's the same thing, bro. Bot snatchback. I'm pulling it. Should be a bucket. It's a risk I'm willing to take because, hey, bro, at this point in the game, you got to start taking risks, especially when it gets to late game. You have no choice. Now, guys, I'm going to touch on defense once again. But before we do that, one thing I would recommend is, again, this is a time where you need that money play. Whatever the case may be, man, you can take a risk at the end of the game. Try to finish it off. You kind of need to finish it off. You have no choice here. I don't want to give him an option to, put it up and in. So I'm going to just, go to my money play, which is usually my snatchback, but I also have a few others in the bag that I can actually go to. We got 5 on the clock. I'm not panicking at all, to be honest. I'm going to take that right there. That's a terrible shot, but I mean, hey, sometimes it doesn't work out. You can't really have it work out all the time. Just make sure you play it smart as much as you possibly can. I know it's hard to do it every single time, but for the most part, you should be able to do it with no problem. Like, guys, you guys just saw that. He took a 43% covered 3. He won the game. Listen, bro, it happens sometimes. That is very rare right there that I lose a game like that. I can't do nothing about that. That's just 2K for you. 43% covered. I mean, I played pretty good defense. Couldn't do much more than that. It is what it is. Sometimes it happens. I played it the best I could. Honestly, it is what it is. And I know you guys are gonna say, oh, how are you gonna teach us to win TTO games? You just lost one. I know, bro, but I'm also talking at the same time I'm playing, so it makes things 10 times more difficult. We're gonna get into another game though. I'm gonna show you guys what I would do on the defensive end. It's very simple defense. Honestly, it works pretty effectively, and you're pretty much gonna stop most of your opponents. Okay, boys, so defense in TTO Online is very, very hard to, like, you know, explain and teach kind of. It's just something you get used to over time. It's just you got to read how they play, how some specific players play. You got to make switches by yourself. Like, that was a terrible switch by me right there, leaving him wide open, but I should have switched it by myself. Honestly, bro, there's a lot of things in TTO that you just can't teach, and defense, I feel like, is one of them for sure. Defense is just something you learn if you play time and time again. If you put in more work and more time into TTO, you will eventually get amazing at defense. Like, right now, I'm kind of, you know, stale. I'm kind of, you know, rusty on defense because I haven't played TTO in a minute. I'm not going to lie. Hasn't really enticed me to play TTO, but now that we have stuff on the boards, I'm obviously going to play a lot more, and I'm going to try to win more games. But like I said, defense, the only thing I would really say is don't steal. Like, don't go for steals a lot, because I know a lot of people do go for steals and they tend to always, you know, reach in. I would say stay away from that. Also, stay away from pressing full court. That is something that catches you off guard, and it usually leaves somebody wide open for a jumper, which kind of sucks because that is a major thing that you don't want to do. Also, try to stay in front of your opponent as much as possible. I know it kind of seems sus, but I mean, right now I'm not playing the best. It's hard to talk and play, I'm not gonna lie. I usually don't do this, but try to stay in front of your opponent. Don't reach in, and don't jump on pump fakes. I know a lot of people pump fake. Just hold your right stick up, you'll have your hands up, and honestly, that's all you really need to do. There we go, get that easy block. Make sure, you know what I'm saying, you're also switching off a lot. Like, I know it takes a lot of, you know, time to get used to, but once you get used to, like, the R1 and then, you know, circle, like the icon stuff, you're gonna get used to a lot of switching. And once you start switching off plays and, you know, kind of helping yourself on defense instead of letting the computer do it, you will get a lot more stops on TTO. And honestly, bro, it's not really that hard to get stops, especially when people force shots. Like I said, bro, people still don't understand the key to TTO is not forcing stuff, and a lot of people still do it to this day. But yeah, guys, TTO defense isn't really all that. I know you could off ball if you really want to, you can. I'm not really, you know, against it fully, because it's pretty easy to break an off ball. Like, right now, bro, everything feels delayed, and I know you guys are probably feeling the same delay. You got to get used to it. Play some games. Once you get used to the delay and all that, you are going to become a way better defender. Like, for me personally, the first couple of games I play every single day, I probably do terrible on defense, and I rely on my offense to win my games. Realistically, I should be relying on my defense to win my games, because usually defense does actually win you games in TTO, especially with the right, you know, amount of safe offense and how you play your offense. Like me, for example, you guys have seen this, you know, game, I guess. I've gone to the rim every single time, and it has given me a free, easy 2 points every single time, while this guy I'm playing has taken some suspect shots and some forced shots, which kind of, you know, made them, you know, go down by 5 already. So guys, I know these tips might be a little bit confusing, but that's pretty much what I do. Like, I'm just, you know, keeping it simple and short and sweet and all that. This is exactly what I do to win my TTO games. I play it extremely safe. I don't force my shots, and usually it works for me a lot. I would say I have probably like an 80% win percentage in TTO Online, especially with, you know, how I play safe and, you know, conservative, I guess you could say, because I realistically don't take a lot of threes. I know a lot of people love shooting their threes in TTO. I'm not that type of guy. I just go safe to the rack. I also don't panic no matter what team I'm playing, no matter, you know what I'm saying, if I'm down by 5, if I'm down by 6, whatever the case may be, I never panic. And I also go to my money play most of the time. Defense, like I said, defense in TTO is something that you can't really teach. It is very hard. I would say the only way to really learn it and get used to it is just keep playing games over and over again, and eventually you will get better and better at defense. Like, you guys can see, man, I could just see what he's doing. I could, you know, kind of read the plays. Once you're able to read, you know, what people actually do, you're gonna win games easily. Like, this guy, there's no way I should be up by 10 against this guy with the team he has, but unfortunately he just doesn't know how to play TTO, and it kind of sucks to see this. Hopefully he watches the video, hopefully, you know, he learns a thing or two. But like I said, definitely give these tips a go. I know they're very simple, I know they're very short and sweet, probably very basic as well. I know a lot of you guys you know, might already know these. A lot of you guys might already play like this, but like I said, that's a terrible shot right there. I'm disappointed in myself on that right there. But like I said, use these tips to your advantage. Please let me know if they work. Please let me know if you guys have any questions in the comment section down below. I can pretty much help out with anything if you guys need. Obviously, the delay in TTO is horrendous right now. I'm not sure why. Like, I know you guys could probably feel it too. I can feel it as well. There's no way to fix that, unfortunately. It is just a thing 2K has there. Can't really do much about it. But like I said, if you enjoyed this video or it helped you out, I know they were simple. Let me stop repeating myself. Everybody knows they're simple, but they definitely help out in the long run. Use these tips to your advantage. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video or it helped you out. turn on those notifications if you have not already. Hit that bell icon, hit that subscribe button as well if you are not subscribed already. We are on the road to, of course, 60,000 subs. Hopefully we can hit that soon. I love you guys, man. Thank you for all the support. Check out the snap challenge from earlier today. We got 2 bangers dropping tomorrow. We got a no money spent episode and messing with scammers, so stay tuned for both of those right there. No stream tonight, stream tomorrow night. I'll catch you guys in the next one though. Hopefully you guys get some opals. Let me know what you guys end up getting off the TTO boards, and I'll see you. Peace.
Told me that I had potential. Yeah, he pull up, but he pull up in rental. You niggas don't know, you don't know none of my pain. Remember the days when I walked in the rain? I'm going way harder cause it's a new season. I do what I do and I got all my reasons. And when I win, I never feel like I won, cause everybody wanna be number